most people ain't never put in no work. Like, most people don't even believe themselves. Because you don't believe it. No, I'm serious. The problem is this: when we come out, people don't put credit with like being cool. So what got you started in this?
Podcasting or?
Oh, we can talk about it.
It's on. It's live.
Oh, we on.
It's live.
Say less. This is tough.
Podcasting or just video in general?
You just whatever.
No, you said what got me into it.
Oh yeah. What got you? My fault. Yeah, what got you into specifically the podcast?
I think because now videos go into more like short form stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I got the space. Well, I had the idea before I got the space, but I was like, now that I have the space,
Got you.
we can really
Turn it up.
pop. You feel me? So
Makes sense.
that's what's up. But yeah, really just like getting content out there, talking to people, connecting with people. I'm super big on relationships nowadays. They're very important.
The most important.
As you know, Mr.
Absolutely.
Get Right in the building.
My God.
What's been up with you, man?
Cool, man. Just been grinding. A lot of work lately. We were more so educating. We do a lot of like live classes. Like you said, building relationships.
Yep.
I'm headed out to Atlanta next week on the 9th, I think 2 weeks, for like this conference out there.
Word.
Just a lot of black entrepreneurs.
Oh, word.
Podcasters, credit, social media, all that. So that's really it, bro. I just been working.
So wait, are you the credit plug now?
Might be. Might be.
That's what's up. What got you into like? Obviously, finances are so huge, but like, what got you into credit, doing that type of stuff?
So that's a great question. So it was last year. I went to this conference out in Atlanta, and what happened was, I went out there being like social media strategist. I've been doing marketing for a couple years with the events, and when I was out there, I just I was shaking hands with everybody. Like you said, like the power of relationships. So when I go, I look to just meet a ton of like-minded people. So I met one of my good friends, Mel, to this day, one of my best friends, and he was on credit. And growing up, we're like, bro, credit, like,
not to cut you off, but I didn't really get hip. I'm still not really hip, but I didn't really know about like credit until like I was 24, 3 years ago.
I'm 29 now. It's been literally only a year now I know about it. Like it was low key embarrassing for me. I'm having conversations, people talking about credit, and I'm feeling like they're speaking Chinese. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You don't want to check my credit karma, nigga.
But it's just what you don't know, you don't know. You feel me? So like we would get on a Zoom calls. I would give him some game on social media, and he was giving me credit. But it was so hard to pick up for me that I'm like, yo, this shouldn't be that hard. But it's just we were never taught this information. So it started putting me on game. I started learning, and then I had invested in like some classes, some mentorships, and I'm like, yo, this is the sauce. Yeah. Like to get access to capital, because the problem is this: when we come out, people don't put credit with like being cool. But the way I break down credit, like when I talk about credit, I don't just talk about, you need a good credit. I'm like, you want to get this money or not? Because at the end of the day, everyone wants access to capital, right? You want to scale your podcast. Someone wants to scale their marketing. You need systems. You need money. So that's really what I put with credit. Some people just say, you need good credit because good credit helps you. I'm going to tell you why. You want to get the bag or what? So that's really
way deeper than getting a new car off the lot.
Way deep. It's power. Like you want to travel for free. You want free money. You can make money with your credit cards. Like you said, bad credit's expensive. You can get a car payment. You see people riding around with a 2006 BMW paying $900 a month. That's crazy.
That is insane.
That's the power of credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's so many perks to it. I think everyone doesn't have to go into credit, but everyone should have a basic understanding of, how to structure a credit report, how to get access to capital, how to fill out applications, etc. So,
do you do everything through an LLC now, or?
So that's a great question. So yes, we do a lot of things through LLC. So I have a car. We got the cars. We do like Turo, hire car. My first 2 cars I bought were on my personal name, and the reason why I tell people this, right? You want to build like your personal credit before getting into business. Reason being is because when you go and get things under your LLC, most of the time we're going to do something called personal guarantoring. So you're going to be co-signing yourself.
Right.
So they're going to look at your personal score. Now, if you've never had an auto loan in your personal name, they're going to be it's going to be very hard for them to approve you for, one of your LLC.
Even if your credit's good.
Even if your credit's good, because if your credit's good, it's going to help you.
Yeah.
But it's going to still be hard because you've never had an auto loan finance, right? And it's obviously revolving. So they need to see those type of payments coming out. So I tell people, like, go get one in your personal name, right? Once you got it, you're making payments on it, then we can get one in our business name. Bank of America actually has a great play where even if you're a new business owner, you got a new LLC, you can go get 3 to 4 cars financed under your business name. I promise you. I seen it. I seen it.
Hey, I got him on here really for the sauce for me. This ain't for y'all. This for me.
He gonna cut this part out, right? But yeah, man, auto financing is dope. So what we've done is we got them our personal name too. The next play we're about to run is this Bank of America play. But yeah, for anyone out there, you got good credit, your business is set up, you can go run that, get some cars on the road.
What about the you got some properties too, or rentals, or
yes,
Airbnb joints?
So Airbnbs, yep. So Airbnb, again, we leverage the bank's money to get into this. I don't spend any of my own money. So we do the arbitrage method.
Yep.
Essentially, like, you find landlords who are open to allowing you to do Airbnb. And what you do is, talk to them, but you have to act like you've done it before.
Don't give too much sauce.
Oh, all right, let me chill.
Don't give too much sauce. Make sure they got to pay for some of the sauce. You feel me? Don't get too much sauce.
I got you.
Plug yourself, bro.
Yeah. So basically, you find landlords who are open to it, and then what you'll do is, you'll talk to them as if you're a company.
Yep.
So most times people go in, hey, can I get 1 unit? But no, you want to go in like, hey,
multiple.
Yes, I want to grab 3 or 4 units. Now they're looking at you, looking at the boss like, this person seemed like they're serious, right?
Yeah.
So then some methods you could do is like strategic partnering. So like, say you got 4, you went in to get 4, and maybe you don't want 4. But what you do is you can do something called staggered payments. So you can say, I want to do 4, but I want to move in 1 at a time, right? So over those 4 months, what you do is you say you're getting the 4 units, you talk to a group of friends, or you talk to some investors, let them know you have opportunities for these units, because now you got 4. Now they can come in, they can make their money, and the landlord is okay because he's like, this guy's coming in getting 4 units, right? And you can leverage credit, furnish your unit for under $5,000 if you know how to shop, and just like that. IKEA, you know that. And I got some other gems that you got to pay for that. But yeah, you can get that for the low, bro. Yep. So it's opportunity, man. It's just about leveraging that money to be able to just create income.
And this all started from like credit, because I know you were big in the nightlife scene in Boston.
Yeah, so I started nightlife when I was 22. I started running nights. And the recession, bro, it's crazy how things work, because as a party promoter, I'm like, I can't throw no events. Yeah. So we started going down to Atlanta. We were doing some events, but between traveling and back and forth, the money you make is, food, sleeping. So it wasn't really making too much sense. Great experience though. So then I was like, I gotta learn. Like, I don't like not being able to. Like, I'm real aggressive naturally. I need more. Like, I could have stayed home, collected that, unemployment.
Yeah, I started traveling more once the PPP stopped.
You feel me? But yeah, so I was like, I gotta learn something. So I just started like taking classes, taking courses. I'm like, this information is crazy. Then I got off social media for about 4 or 5 months, and I was just like, let me execute first. Go get some results, and then I could come back and kind of tell the people what we did. So
I like that. That's kind of like how I am. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why you see me now kind of like posting and like getting active. I was like, I need to figure out a formula.
Yep. That you can duplicate, right?
Yeah, you feel me? But now that's crazy. This all started, and you seem like you're into like learning new skills.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. It's like, I tell people, like, in where we're from, it's not like normal to pay for information. Like, people see that as like, why would I do that?
Right.
But they'll go buy something that gives no return.
No value.
They'll go buy these quick.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm like, listen, if you are a podcaster and you know how to start a podcast, I don't want to guess. I don't want to go on YouTube. I'm coming right to you. Yeah. Show me everything you
Organized information.
Exactly. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to waste money. I'm going to buy the wrong equipment.
Time.
Yeah, I'm gonna waste time, energy, and now my passion's gone down, right? I'm demotivated, so it's like pay, right? Why wouldn't you? So I'm big on skills like marketing, credit. We've invested in all type of things, like learning the Airbnb game. Everything I do, the car game, I take, sometimes it's not always the highest ticket, like a mentorship, but I'm gonna at least take like a course because I want to know at least the basics.
Yeah. Let me turn
Yeah.
Did you So these Airbnb places, do you do any in Boston or out of state?
No, so no, we've done only out of state. So
is Boston tougher or?
That's a great question. So when I was doing a little homework on the Boston market, finding places that'll allow it is a little tougher because this, right? And I'm not saying it's impossible, but we don't have like a lot of like apartment complexes,
right?
If you know, like in the city,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a lot of
buildings, but not.
Yes, but not like those apartments. So in single family houses, when we were looking, there weren't like a lot that were open to it. We found one or two, but the numbers weren't really making sense. So then I found so really I'm a person who's like, if someone presents an opportunity, I'm in it. Yeah. So one of the mentorships I was in, somebody was like, hey, this is a unit that's available, and I moved on it, right? And the other was through networking. A friend of mine, they had known someone who had the one in Tulum, that opportunity was presented.
So now when you go there, you stay for free.
Oh yeah, know that. Yeah.
You dumb?
You crazy?
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man. How about you though? What you been up to? What's your like goal with the podcast? You have like a specific audience you're looking for?
I mean, so the name of the podcast is How the Fuck Did You End Up Here?
Okay.
So it's a little double entendre. Okay. Like, how did you get here in this seat? And then how did you get to where you are?
Love that.
In the point of your life right now.
Dope.
No specific demographic in the sense of like I'm looking for a certain person. But I guess the person that I'm looking for is that's doing something positive, making moves. And really got, something to share of value with any type of audience, their audience, my audience.
Fire.
But apart from that, I got, the marketing, or it's more of a creative company, I call it. But we do a lot of marketing, branding, media, stuff like that. So we work with restaurants, realtors, dentists, car dealerships, a whole bunch of stuff. And this was really just built off of like relationships.
Wow.
Like my entire business is referral based.
That's crazy. And people think that like referral base is dead. And I tell people it's the most important, right?
And like I haven't done any, like we're doing a little campaign right now. We got these little boxes that we're going to mail out to people that we want to work with.
Okay. Love that.
And it says you've been chosen on it, right?
Dope.
So I don't know what we're going to put inside the box yet. But yeah, bro, the entire business referral based. We haven't spent any money on marketing for ourselves.
Love that.
Which I think is kind of crazy being in that marketing space.
Absolutely.
But at a certain point when you're trying to scale and take things to the next level, we're going to have to start dishing some money out. And the other crazy thing is that I did all of this on cash, no credit.
Crazy.
So that's why I'm very interested in credit and like seeing, I started working on I never had like great personal credit, which I'm not really too ashamed to admit.
Yeah, most of us don't. Absolutely.
I didn't know. My mom had Comcast bills. My name, like, you know
what I mean? Name,
you know how it goes.
I already know.
And then as an adult, I went to, I got my family situation now, and like, you go to get an apartment, they're like, sir, you got to pay 2 security deposits. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm just grateful to be in a position where, even though that credit situation wasn't the best, I still had capital to do the things that I need to do.
Absolutely. Which shows that you're responsible with money, which is already like you said, like credit's just like a formula. Like it's no luck or not. So once you understand it and you're already good with finances, like saving, creating capital, it's gonna be too easy.
But the crazy part is I never was good with money.
It's crazy.
Like I didn't start getting good with money until I had employees. I'm like, I can't spend this money. I gotta pay somebody.
Yeah.
And now investing, again, no credit, all cash. And I'm like, damn, I really want to go to Miami.
Right.
But I got to do this for the business, and that's just sacrifices and
absolutely.
So that's what kind of really taught me how to use my money properly. I'm still learning, just like we all are.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm always down to learn more, gather more information.
You know what they say, like when you're leveling up, because what I heard from you basically was like these new positions that you're getting, and they force you to become more responsible.
Yes.
The family.
Yes.
You're forced to, I gotta save this money.
That changed my whole world.
Your whole perspective, I'm sure, of everything, right? Your employees. I can't spend this money. There's other people that's counting on me. So sometimes, like, our circumstances or things that I always say, things happen for us, not to us, right? So you say, you recently become real better with money, and that's a testament to just those type situations. So shout out to you for that.
Appreciate that. I want to go back to the events.
Yeah.
Get Right. What was that all about? Because I love the concept of Get Right, how you can use that for anything.
Yeah, right. Yep. So that
I saw you started to do that before things, COVID. And
exactly. Yep. So we were looking to branch off. So the way Get Right was like a high school thing. We had I went to we know from high school. Yeah, I went to Walpole, and it was
Rebel.
a group. It was actually rival schools.
Yeah.
But we just like, so we played football, and I was the kid that, like, I was the first in the weight room, last to leave. Same with the field, film. So then I met Issachar, I met Marvin. Then we met at Quee a couple years later, and we were just always working out.
Yeah.
So then we just called ourselves the Get Right Boys. And my boy Darley and a few others. There was like 10 of us. It just expanded. And Getting Right, like, stood for like when you're young, like, we're grinding, like, putting in work. And then it just kind of carried on with me. I went, college, played football. Then when I came home, it was like, okay, I don't like working. Like, I hated every job I had with a passion.
I was literally just talking to somebody a couple of days ago. We were potting, and we were talking about jobs, and I was like, bro, I could never keep a job.
Never.
And it's not because I didn't want to. It's just
I just can't. Like, I physically can't.
Something inside of me. I don't know what it is.
And I feel like because of that, like, people like us, it's like, it has to work or it has to work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going back.
No plan B.
None. And that forces you to be your best self. So I was at the bank, and I planned a vacation, and then my boss, she was like,
don't you hate that word?
I'm just like, what? And it's just like, for what? Like, if you're like, I have no problem. I'm a type of person, I believe that in order to be a good leader, we should follow before.
Of course.
But in corporate, it's like, what makes you my, like, I'm looking like, what makes you my
literally
boss?
The same.
Yeah, bro. Like, we are actually the same. So for me, I'm like, I'm out. She was like, if you walk out the door, you're fired. And I'm like, all right, have a good day. Deuces. So then, I came home. But after I left, I'm like,
what am I going to do?
Damn, I got no job, right? Yeah. And then, I'm fresh out of college, so I'm like, damn, my mother's going to be disappointed. That's really the only reason I was there for even 6 months. I would have been out. Yeah. But more, your mom, she had helped out with school initially, so, she's like, they want to see you, do it. But, man, I had a friend of mine, she was in the nightlife, so I went out one night. And then I'm like, what's this promoter thing you're doing? She's like, oh, you get in free, you get paid if you bring people, and you got access to the girls. So I'm like, this sound all right. I'm like, this sound all right. So I got into it, and one night I had booked a birthday party. And I wasn't thinking about the money because, you only get paid till 12, and then after that, it's all the head promoter's money. So I just invited a birthday party. They showed up on time, and they gave me an envelope with $220. Now, at this time, bro, $220 was a lot because I was unemployed.
Yeah.
So I took that. I'm like, what if I went hard with this, like, all the time? So I started, like, going hard with, like, I was going out Monday through Friday, different clubs. Yeah. I had a goal, like, okay, I got to meet 20 people tonight. Yeah. I want to meet 10 baddies. I want to meet 5.
Just people at the club.
People at the club.
Okay.
Right? I want 10 girls that look good. I'm just going, how you doing? Listen, I do this. You know what I'm saying? Come through first night free. I'll take care of you. I would want to meet 4 dudes that are like the cool kids, right? They look like they spend some money. Yep. And that was my goal. So I did that every night. And literally, I started just building clientele. It went from like, oh, that's the annoying dude always tagging me on Facebook. Because that's how you start. Like, everyone sees now, like, oh, that's the dude. He do the parties. Like, I was at one of my events. She's like, oh, aren't you Darius Benders? And I'm like, oh, how you doing? She's like, oh, I heard about your parties. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. But it's just funny because when I first started, it was like, that's the annoying dude who's always in my inbox telling me to come. So, but like we talk about, you got to grind. You got to put in work before you can get to a place where, you have a brand.
Do you know Grant Cardone?
Yeah, that's my 10X rule.
Yo, so I went to his conference a couple of weeks ago, and it was a boot camp. So they talked about everything: sales, marketing, leadership, people, a bunch of stuff. But you know how hard Grant goes.
Hard.
10x
rule.
Yes, hard. Literally. And one of the things that he was saying, and it's something that we see him do every day. Like, and I never really thought about it until like he explained. Like, and he gave us like literally his schedule for posting. And it's crazy. It's insane. But the thing he said was promote. Yes, bro. He was like, yo, even if you don't have a product or a service yet, still promote it.
Promote it before you have it.
Before you
seriously.
And I was like, yo, that's OD, but it makes sense.
It makes sense.
So attention is everything.
Attention is where what Cardone says, where attention goes, money flows.
Money flows, bro. And I'm gonna show you this after we get off camera, but there was this chart that he showed us, and basically it was his net worth versus how many times he was searched on Google. And like over the years, people searched him more, and his net worth went up. It was crazy, bro, and that put a lot into perspective for me. Because I'm the type like, yo, it gotta be perfect before we let it out. I'm like, nah, bump that.
Yes. And it's a mentality shift.
It's a mentality, yeah, for sure. And it's just like, yo, nothing is ever going to be perfect. And I'm a perfectionist at heart, being a creative, and I'm sure you have tendencies of that too. But I feel like mine's is like clinical. It's clinical. Yeah. But now I'm just like, yo, like,
put it out.
Just put it out there, bro. Art is subjective.
Yep. Absolutely.
Anyways, so.
Now that's dope, bro. And like, I love that you said that, because like people are so scared to promote themselves, but it's like,
you got a gift.
And if you're scared to promote yourself, why would somebody buy from you?
Exactly.
You're scared, put it out. It's not to your standard, put it out.
It's not going to kill you.
It's not, right?
People might talk about it.
Exactly.
Call you the annoying dude.
Exactly.
But look what you're doing now.
Exactly. It's like.
That's what's up.
Nah, but that's I'm glad you said that, because people need to hear that, bro. Like, you're not promoting yourself every day. Yeah. Like, to me now, we're like, I ignore myself sometimes. Yeah. No, for real. I'm like, man.
Am I doing too much? That's what you be asking yourself?
Exactly. Yeah. But I get it, because the more I promote, the more money we make. It's literally that simple. Because at the end of the day, the internet is a place where people don't know you. So like last night I did a webinar. We had 300 leads, 75 people showed up. Guess what? The first question I asked, rep your city. Where are you from? There's only like 3 people from Boston. Yeah. Everyone else is from all over the world. These people don't know me from a hole in the wall. But the information we put out on our Instagram, the consistency we show up, they see me as an expert. So what?
Yes.
People buy from you, right? So it's like, don't be afraid to promote yourself. I don't care if you got 1 like. I don't care if you got no likes. Yeah. People are.
It's you can hide those now.
Yeah, you can, absolutely. But people are watching, even if they're not. It's like real life. People don't want to show you love. Yeah, but they're gonna be like, damn, I see what he's doing. It's just
like when you look at your stories and like the people who view them, you see that number is way higher than the people that like the post.
Perfect. Well said, bro. That's it. That's really what it is, man. So yeah, you gotta promote yourself. So yeah, we was just doing parties, bro. I started working for somebody. And then for about 9 months, I was doing that. And I'm a person who I like to execute fast, but I want to get the game first. Yeah. So I'm not looking to jump too quick. But as soon as I feel confident,
calculated. Very calculated.
Like I feel I have the game. Okay, I'm ready to run the play. Yeah. So I did my first night at a KGB. I think you came before.
I definitely came through the KGB. Shout out KGB, man.
And we were just selling it out, bro. So then I got 2 nights, and we just been building, man, for years. Right now, I only do 1 night. I'm still in the game, but I'm not as heavy into it. Sort of like a shift.
How was it going out Monday through Monday?
It's a lot, bro.
Every night?
It's a lot. I'm talking about, it was like, and what happens is you go out, so you drink, you eat late, you're trying to, trying to get some buns. Yeah. So it's like an unhealthy lifestyle. Yeah. So what happens is you're just doing that over and over. You get fat, your sleep pattern, your productivity. But at the time, I like to explain, it's one of those times where all I wanted to do was make more money, right? Yeah. So everything else was on pause, which is not healthy, and I don't advise people to do that. But it's kind of like what Grant said, like, hey, sometimes you got to be just locked in and obsessed. Yeah. So then we grew. That's how we were able to grow our following, and we were able to get to a place where within 9 months we were running our own nights, some of the biggest nights in the city. So that was that.
That's dope. Mm-hmm. That's dope. I mean, that really just goes to show like execution. That's kind of been like my theme for these past couple of months, because I do have a problem with executing, because I get stuck in the planning phase. Gotcha. Like I said, the overthinking, the perfection, all that stuff. But execution is such a miraculous, beautiful thing to have.
Absolutely.
Be able to do. So do you travel a lot?
I don't. This year I did some good traveling. We went to Tulum, went to Miami, went to Georgia, I went to North Carolina. So we did a little traveling this year. But 2023, I definitely want to do more trips. I want to get out the country a little more. Yeah. So that's something we'll do. How about yourself?
I used to a lot before COVID, and then obviously COVID happened. That shut a lot of things down. Mm-hmm. I recently started taking some trips. I went to Texas to see my boy Chris.
Nice. Houston?
Dallas.
Okay.
I forget the exact. I think it was like Plano or something like that.
Got you.
And then I went to Florida for that grant event. What did I do? That's really it. I mean, I used to love traveling, bro. Yeah. Like every 2-3 months.
Out,
bro. Dope. Like, and I'm very like, once I like something like food, I'm gonna eat that all the time.
Yeah.
And like, so my spot was Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale's dope.
Yeah, it's like very obviously it's not Miami,
which is perfect because it's not too much.
Yeah,
40 minutes away.
Yeah, and if you want to go to Miami,
it's right there. Yep.
But yeah, ever since then, and now I got the kids, so it's been hard to. And I just missed the cutoff when I think it's before they turn 2. They get to travel for free. Oh. So now I got to buy 4 tickets. You feel me?
Yeah, we're going to take this one off. We'll go to the next one. I got you.
So I'm waiting for them to get a little older. We just started taking them to like aquarium zoos and stuff like that. They're saying the animals. But, I got to do the basic Disney trip.
Absolutely.
At some point.
Yeah, get them out there. Yep.
Once they get a little older.
That's dope, bro. What's that transition been like? Like you've been an entrepreneur for a while, I know. Like, being an entrepreneur, not having a family versus not having a family. What's what's been good about it? What have you seen change? Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, when the girls were born, that changed my whole life, bro. I feel like everything changed for me in a good way. This feeling comes over you, and it's hard to explain it to somebody that doesn't have kids, but it's a feeling that you can't explain, which just made me go 10 times harder.
Fire.
So like Avaria, the company is my twin girls, Ava and Aria. I just put the name together. Tough. And like, so there's a lot of intrinsic value there. So every day I wake up, I'm looking at paperwork, I'm looking at the computers, I'm looking at the emails because, Durana and Avaria, I'm seeing them every single day. So that's just been like my motivation over these past 2 years or year and a half.
That's super dope. You said that. Sorry to cut you off because I think it's Grant. Student named my Davis. He always talks about like your reason has to be. So it's your why, right? That pushes us.
Yes.
So you having your baby girls, you naming your company, like you said, subconsciously you're always seeing them, their name. So like maybe you want to go home early or whatever. It pushes you to you gotta get this done.
For sure.
That's super dope that you said that. Because like you said, me not having kids, it's about me getting to a place, but when you have that, why that's bigger than just you, it's not just, I can take the day off because I'll be okay. But it's not my baby girls,
And like some people don't need that, inner motivation. Some people just have that hustle and that grit. I was always the type of person that would start stuff, not finish it. And, I never liked being that person because like I would come up with dope shit, but just never, like I said, execute. But now it's just like... If we're doing this, we're doing this. We're doing this. So yeah, it's like a lot of intrinsic value, and I have a why now. Before, I didn't really have. I'm not gonna say I didn't have a reason to do anything, but like I didn't really have a valid reason to do anything. I have family, but you know how black families could be. So there was nothing there that was like
bigger than you.
Yeah, it was nothing bigger than me. But
makes sense.
Yeah, having the kids. I mean, my girl is great in terms of for the first year and a half, she stayed home with them and allowed me to kind of build this thing up, which I got to give her a lot of credit for. She says I don't give her enough credit.
He got you today.
Yeah, though, right? I shameless plug right there for you. And then, now we're at this point where, I just want to take things to the next level, and I know it's possible. I got a few systems in place. I'm going to business conferences, learning new stuff. And I think another good thing is I'm not really one to take advice. I take it with a grain of salt, but I think it's very important to take advice from people that have things that you want or are places where you want to be.
That's it.
And, you know, that's what I've been doing. Just like seeing people like, I can't fathom making $100 million. I never made $100 million.
Yeah, right.
$1 billion.
Right.
So, you know, listening to Grant, who's, I guess he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Listening to, there's this new dude on the block, Alex Hormozy. I don't know if
he's an animal.
Yeah,
I was listening to him before I came.
Bro, he's animal. Tough.
Different. The thing with him is he's like a hustler. He's gritty. But you could tell he's naturally like very like smart as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think he was like working for NASA at one point.
Yeah, and his dad was an animal. He said his motivation was he always wanted to like beat his dad.
Yeah.
Because his dad would like always tell him, "Oh, it's not." He would come home with like an A-. He'd be like, "Oh, it's not good enough." Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
But nah, yeah, listening, dude. That's like, I think that dude is like, because he's still young.
Only 30. Oh, 31 or 32.
Yeah, very young. Yep. You know, listening to his story and just to see where he's at, like acquisition.com, like. Yep. Bro, like how come we've never heard about you until like this year pretty much? Yep. So listen to people like that, and I'm just like, yo, this shit is possible.
Very much so.
You know what I mean? Like I couldn't fathom making, I mean, the goal was always to be 7 figures, 8 figures, but you know, it's a goal. You don't really know how to like attain that. And then when I made my first 6 figures, I was like,
I can do more.
Yeah, but I was like,
yeah.
But low key, I was like, this is ain't shit.
Yeah, because and that's what I tell people. Like, so, like, obviously, you don't want to walk around being like, "Oh, 6 figures is nothing." But like, it's like, bro, we're in 2022. 6 figures is doing $100,000 is like doing 50K 10 years ago. Like, it's literally like
it's crazy. So like, even to just double down on the goals, 10x.
Yeah.
Because really, once you get into business, and as you know, but I'm sure a lot of people don't like. Expenses, even if you have like a small overhead, expenses, payroll, insurance,
everything,
and then
systems, automation, marketing, everything costs.
Everything costs, and the biggest key is living within your means.
Exactly.
Because once you get a lot of money, you're gonna start spending.
You think you're
up. You think you're up, and that I made the mistake with that. Let me get this. Let me get that.
Yeah.
And then I was all right. Let me slow the hell down because I am ODing right now.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been a journey. Like you said, I was also talking about this the other day. Just being an entrepreneur. I don't really consider myself an entrepreneur yet. I do. So I want to. I definitely I am. But I want to know what is like your definition of entrepreneur.
My definition of an entrepreneur is anyone who creates their own income, right? So I know some people like to say, oh, if a person, you know, is just self-employed, but they're scrambling in an entrepreneur. I don't think so. I think it's levels to entrepreneurship,
yeah, for sure.
Right? But you're an entrepreneur if you create your own income in my means, right? By whatever it is. I don't care even if you sell someone else's product, affiliate marketing, you're still an entrepreneur. So anyone who does that, I mean, you know, creates, I think they're an entrepreneur.
Nice. So I heard this, I forget if it might have even been, you know, Lisa Ray?
Yeah.
I think I saw a clip of her. I think it was her. And she was talking about being an entrepreneur. And I think somebody asked her the same question. And she was like, entrepreneur to me means I did that shit myself.
I love that.
So I think I'm going to start taking that.
Facts.
But yeah, entrepreneurship is I love it. You know, it's a sport.
It is, bro. It is.
And I made this video a couple of months ago talking about business is the ultimate sport. You know, you play football, I play basketball, so we have that in us. You know what I mean? But business, you know, it doesn't hurt your knees.
Facts. Don't hurt nothing. You're good. You're healthy. Yeah.
You could do it for as long as you're breathing, right?
Yep.
So that's what I love about business and entrepreneurship, that, you know, I still get a chance to be, because I'm super competitive, like with anything. Like my girl will tell you, you're sitting there playing Connect 4.
Bust your ass.
I'm a bust your ass.
On a Sunday after church, it don't matter, right?
It's over. It's over with. So just being in a space where you can still be competitive in a respectful way. I know some business owners are cutthroat, ruthless. Like, not to even put anybody on blast, but like one of my clients, he's a restaurant owner, but he competes like very nastily with other restaurant owners. And I'm like, super petty. Super petty. And I get it, but it's like, your product is way superior than this other place.
So you
don't even need to. And another thing I learned from Grant is like, yo, I don't compete, I dominate.
Facts. Dominate. Yep.
Yeah, so it's just like, yo, do your thing, bro. And I'd be having to calm them down, like, yo, we're straight. Yeah. Got this under control. Like, but yeah.
That's super dope. And I'm glad you said that, bro, because I feel like sports and entrepreneurship are so synonymous. And I'm still in a group chat with like my college buddies, and we talk about like we call like people like humans, like because there's such a difference between like work ethic and like just like being punctual and like persistent. Like a lot of people, like one thing goes wrong, oh, I quit, I'll try the next thing. Or this whole thing going around like what's for me will come easy to me. Like that's cap. That's the biggest cap.
Let's talk about it.
Like,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's like, but they skipped the verse in the Bible where it says like faith without work is dead. Like you have to work, you have to overcome, you have to be persistent.
They think it's just gonna show up.
It's just gonna pop up. It's like, and here's what I tell people: like you don't want something to come easy, because if it comes easy,
it's gonna leave easy too.
You don't have any emotional attachment to it. Like when you fail a business 3, 4, 5, 10 times and you stick with it, when you go to win, you're not gonna lose that easy. Because you have sweat equity, right? You put in that work. So like that's one thing I tell people, like it's not gonna happen the first time. I can promise you that, right? Unless you're very lucky, and you're gonna because everyone's scared to suck before they become good. So like we have ideas, right? Like you probably envisioned you being a podcaster and you being a creative, you having certain skills. It probably is super easy to you, but everyone can't do what you do easily. Some people are gonna come on, the first 10 episodes are gonna suck. Maybe episode 11 they get a little better, but are they gonna get to episode 11, or are they gonna quit at episode 4 and say, "Oh, that wasn't for me"? On to the next thing. So it's like you gotta understand everything's a process, man.
So you mentioned one thing, and I said this to my boys all the time. I feel like being in motion, no matter what type of motion it is, creates opportunities.
Absolutely.
You know, what was the quote you said? Faith without
work is dead.
Yeah. So maybe you don't know exactly what you want to do, but get moving. And I was telling my boy this, who came from Jersey. You know, he was looking for a job. He's trying to do his own thing. And I'm like, bro, like it's possible, but like you can't just sit around and just wait for something to happen, bro. Like,
can't.
Yo, even if you don't want to do it, get up and go get a job, bro. Just stay in motion. Stay in motion, and boom, yo. Bro, I swear to God, bro, as soon as he got his job, opportunities started coming left and right, bro. I felt like Moses, bro. Like, yo, I told you.
He owe you some money, right?
Yeah, right. Shit, you owe me for that gem. But nah, it's just true, bro. And I see it a lot in my everyday life too. Just being in motion, not being stagnant.
Absolutely.
That's when the opportunities start coming.
The best thing you said was like, just get in the room. Like sometimes just getting in the room.
That's the first thing.
You can go in there, you don't even do nothing. What do you do? Make up something. Oh, what do you do? You're shaking hands with 100 people at a Grant Cardone conference. What do you think is gonna happen? You're collecting contacts. When they see your content pop up, they're gonna like or comment or DM you, hey, I love what you're doing. We should set up a podcast episode. I hit you up. Why? I seen your podcast. I know you. We grew up in similar environments. I have to get on that. It's motion, bro. So what you said is perfectly right. Get in the room, get around other people, and one thing you had said a few minutes back was like, you want to learn from people who are coming back from where you're looking to go. I'm not, and I listen to everyone, like I'll listen, I'll hear you, but I'm not going to listen to a person who doesn't know how to make money tell me how to go make money.
Right.
It's only because it's literally, it's crazy. It literally does not make sense. How can you tell me something you know nothing about?
And not even to be like a dickhead or anything like that. Remember when I said I don't really take advice from people? Yeah. Especially with relationships and business. It's like, yo, how are you single?
And telling you, right?
And telling me how I should be in a relationship. That's crazy. I don't care how many relationships you've been. You're single,
right?
For a reason,
right?
And same thing with business. It's like, and there's a lot of people in my family that I don't want them to get offended, but I'm just gonna say it. Like a lot of people tell me what I need to be doing and what I don't need to be doing in business when they've never had a business. Like that is crazy to me. Absolutely. That is absolutely insane to me. And before I used to let it get to me, but then I really started thinking about it, and I'm like, let's say, for example, how is Grant Cardone telling me one thing and, my aunt is telling me something different? I'm like,
exactly. It doesn't make sense.
Like, right? I love my aunt.
Yeah.
Grant Cardone is just a public figure that I look up. Who should I listen to?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo. And that's why, I just started listening to people that are where
be.
I want to be.
It's the best thing you could do. It's the fast pass, bro. Yeah. It's the fast pass.
Success leaves clues.
Exactly. Success leaves clues, and success loves speed. You're absolutely right. And what I learned to do with that is like, so what I do in family or like friends who are, I'm like, okay, word, I appreciate that, and then you just keep
move on.
Yeah. Exactly. Not like, I'm not listening to you, because everyone wants, and now that when you're doing things, everyone wants to kind of give you and chime in, and they just want to be a part of the moment.
They want to be a part of the journey, bro. But where was you? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym,
right?
You was not with me shooting in the gym.
Facts,
and I just remember, like, I'm sure you had this too, just like long nights, just plotting, like, yo, what's my next move? What am I gonna do? That time you didn't have a job. I'm sure you probably had people in your ear like, yo, you got to get a job.
Everyone.
You were doing promoting. Yo, get a real job.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I always say
that.
Mom Dukes is the funniest. You know, that's my mom's, me, we're real tight. So like I joke with her, and like she went from like that little part, what are you doing, to how'd the party go last night?
Yeah, that's what's
First
up.
time you buy a bag, or like you hold it down, you know, you start spending, you know, good money on it, or you doing well or whatever. Like the people who, you know, once upon a time, because obviously we know like our mothers, they don't mean, they mean,
we're their babies.
Exactly.
They just want to protect us.
Exactly. And same with friends and family, like all type, they'll say things, but they just don't know. Like you said, don't listen to your aunt who's never done the thing you know that you're looking to do. So yeah, I've been in a lot of dark places, and as entrepreneurs, we have ups and downs. Things can, you know, the key is like when you hit that up, like ride that momentum and make sure you're being smart, like saving money, investing money, because at the end of the day, you know, pandemic, like things like that could happen, bro. The recession we're about to go into. Yeah. And you
think we're gonna go into a recession? I've heard we're already kind of there.
We're kind of in it. Yeah. I don't think it'll be too crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think it'll just be like, if you're doing what you need to do, you know, you'll be fine.
Now is the time, like when stuff like this happens, even with the pandemic, like for me, and I don't mean to be like disrespectful to anybody that, you know, the pandemic affected, but you know, the pandemic was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah. Because it was a chance for me to reset.
Bingo. You ain't lying.
But what I wanted to say about the recession is, you know, just knowing what I know now about business and credit, cash, real estate, all this stuff, I wish now I was just super liquid. Yeah. Because everything's going on sale, they say, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, what types of things do you invest in?
So I'm honestly, I'm very big on investing in skills. I think skills, because the most money you can make is through skills.
Yes.
So everyone wants to make passive income, and I love passive income. Yeah. I love, like, my cars. I love the money I make from my cars. Every car, you know, I do an equation. I make sure all my cars can cash flow me $1,000 a month, right? So
at minimum, yeah.
At minimum, after expenses and things. You get 5 cars, cool. You know, every month you're gonna just do $5K, whatever, $6K maybe in the cars. And then, but I'm big on skills now, because in terms of earned income, right? Earned income, if you have a high level of skill, you should never go broke again. Go broke. Something like credit. Like, credit will never go out of style, right? Marketing, media will never go out of style. Right. I don't care if we go into another pandemic tomorrow. People are going to need that, right? So I'm just big on skills, and what I'm learning is, like, the more skill sets you have, like Alex Hormozy talks about it. Like, if you know finances, you understand, like, taxes, you have a skill people need, marketing, media, like, you can't not make money.
You can't lose.
Right. You can't lose. So I invest in myself a lot, and then, like, I like the car game. The next thing I'm looking to get into is real estate. Yep. So come 2023, one thing I want to do is start buying some multifamilies.
To hold.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, to buy and hold, or I'd be even open to flipping. So, like, say you were a real estate guy and you're looking for investors. I want to be that guy you could hit up. Yeah. Put some money into it, we get a flip, right? Yeah. Cash flow, a big lump sum of cash. I'm open to that too. Yeah. But yeah, holding ideally for, you know, cash flow, and even like Airbnb. Like, if I can own the property, now we can eat on the equity and the cash flow. So 2023, those are some things that I'm looking to get into.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, I'm very big on self.
Yeah.
Like, you know, growing up, not even so much growing up, but like when I was into real estate as an agent, you know, I learned a lot about, you know, how that real estate game works. And people say, you know, next to the stock market is one of the safest investments. Yep. But then I started learning about business. And then I learned that business is the #1 wealth generator.
Absolutely.
So you know, I got my boy who lives in Atlanta, actually. He does a lot of plays out there with new developments and land. So I've invested in a few things like that, but the number one thing I've invested in is myself.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yep.
Always and forever.
Always and forever, right? Absolutely.
Always and forever. So that's one thing I definitely second. Yeah, real estate is always a good play. It's safe. People are always going to need a place to live.
Exactly. But imagine, like we said, like as we obviously get older, and you know, you have your family. Yeah. I do want to start one in the future. So like real estate is something that is generational, right?
Yes.
You pass down to you know, kids, and things like that. But in terms of you know, we're relatively young still. So being able to just
take that back, we are still young.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel old.
I know, right?
I don't want to feel old.
Fault. Yeah, edit that. We young. We still young, right? I'm just like, damn, I'm gonna be 30 this year. So it's like,
it's you're closer to me, and I'm already like, I got a gray hair coming in. I'm like, man, my hairline receding. I'm like,
yeah, man. But it's like, what's this? Oh yeah, skills. Like being able to, you know, have a company, like, and it's desirable. You know how it is as a competitive person, like being able to. Like you were talking about 7-8 figures. Those are the next goals we're trying to get to. So just that competitiveness and to be able to create large lump sums of money is just a great feeling, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You know, as far as like flipping, you said you would do it.
Yeah.
Would you go in by yourself or?
Not for a first one, no, because I'm not like an expert in it.
Yeah,
so like I said, it would be more so someone who's like, if they're in the real estate looking for investors, I'm like, yeah, sure, I would be down.
Would you do any of the work yourself?
Myself?
Any of the handiwork?
Nah, I'm big on outsourcing, bro. Yeah. I got 2 VAs right now.
Word.
I'm big on outsourcing because the more I outsource, I learn, the more I can scale because I can do the things I need. Time is everything, bro. Like doing everything by yourself. At first, essentially, you have to because you're starting from scratch. But if you can outsource, man, it'll just make like your life a lot easier.
How are your VAs?
They're great. One of them I met. So I get my VAs from onlinejobs.ph.
Word.
That's $1 million worth of game for y'all. And literally, one I had to train myself. There was a little learning curve because we think, I just train them, but you got to go through, you know, what you don't want to do. But honestly, with her, at first, all I was doing was I would share my screen. We'd get on Zoom. I'd show her how to do it, and she would get it. Now she's really good. Yeah. She knows at the beginning of the week what I need every Tuesday, every Thursday. Yeah. The second one I got from a VA staffing company. So they train him. He's nowhere Aaron. I've had him for about 2 weeks. They're both in the Filipinos. And he's dope. He's super good with the graphics. He's like TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Shout out my guy Aaron. Yeah, he's lit.
Is the company My Outdesk?
No, the company is Excel Systems.
Okay.
Yeah, Excel. Shout out to my guy Adrian. Yep. So they're doing a lot of my automation stuff. But yeah, it's been dope, bro. It's been a game changer, man. Yeah.
You would never go back without VAs.
Nah, I would get more if anything. Yeah,
right.
More.
So I have a team of 3 people. Dope. And I messed up. You know, being a business owner, like this is my first year ever having employees. I let 2 of them. One went back to school.
Okay.
And then I was left with 2 for the rest of the summer. And then I let them both go on vacation at the same time. And like I just got so used, like this whole year, I got so used to them being there, helping me with certain things and, you know, doing certain things on their own. Like I never had to touch, you know, putting something into Instagram for a client and posting it. Like I never had to do that. When they left, bro.
Felt it.
I was like, hey, yo, this is what y'all had to do?
Like, yo, come back. You have to come back early.
Yo, for real. And like the value of just, you know, your time being freed up.
Absolutely.
And having people that, you know, can help you. And, you know, I don't really look at, it's funny because I was watching this video. They were talking about like toxic bosses. And, you know, one of the things they were saying, like a red flag of a toxic boss was like, if they ever call you a family member or if they say this company's like a family, stay away. And I was like, damn, because that's low key the type of shit I be doing because it's very intimate. It's just 3 or 4 people here.
Yeah. So y'all build that bond.
Yeah, it's just like over time, we're spending mad time. Like you see what that ball says right there?
Yep, exactly.
So like we're close like that. They're my sisters. I'm like their big brother. So it is like a family. So when I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, I gotta switch things.
Red flag, right? No, but that's dope though. I feel like that's like a green flag, like that your boss is like that comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like obviously there's a line, right?
Of course.
It's professional, it's your business. But I feel like them feeling like, you know, your family, they'll probably go harder for you as opposed to I gotta go to work for this dude. Like he's kind of a
dickhead, yeah. One thing I hate though is like micromanaging, like because I can't stand to be micromanaged. Yeah. So like I let them. Obviously, there's going to be learning curves, like you said, when you're training your people. But I just don't like somebody feeling like somebody's breathing on their neck. Yep. They're not doing the greatest job. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, you're going to make mistakes, Absolutely. But it's life.
Part of the process.
So that's been a challenge, but a good challenge, you know, overcoming that, making me a better leader. Like, I was the oldest of 7 kids. So when I had my own kids, that was like second nature to me. Like, I've been a big bro, been the superhero of the family, you know. And
that's dope. So you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest of 7.
Wow.
8, actually. My dad got one on the way.
Okay.
So that's crazy to think about.
So I mean, as a leader from the gate.
Yeah, I just don't hope we hit double digits. But I don't think we will. But time
would tell.
Yeah, 8's a good number. You know, that's a mastery number. That's a number of wealth. So I'm proud of that number, being the one of 8. Are you into like spirituality and stuff like that?
Yeah, I am definitely. Yep, I pray twice a day. You know, I'm big on like morning routine. Yeah. So you know, we get up, do our prayer, gratitude. I'm super big on like gratitude, and since I've been doing that, I got introduced to that like in the pandemic, right? A lot of great things happened in the pandemic, like you said, but just like, you know, being grateful, because when you start your day off like that, it literally like. It's like subconsciously everything you do now, it's like more intentional. Well, I'm thankful to get up and grind. Like I'm thankful to have the ability to, you know what I'm saying, get on the phone with potential clients, or, you know, help. Like I'm grateful to be able to help other people. That's the best thing I love about right. But when you just have that perspective going into your day, it just makes it a lot better. So yeah, I'm big on prayer. The man upstairs has definitely been, you know, super, super good to me.
Are you a manifester?
Oh yeah. Huge on that.
Big on goals?
Big on it.
Yeah.
Huge on it. Yeah. And that just funny you talk about Grant Cardone. That's like my guy. So you know, I read his book like 10 times. I don't read a lot. But like 10X is one of those books, like literally like I read like twice a year. It's like crazy. So I'm huge on manifestation. I believe like we will our way to wherever we have the ability to will our, you know, ways to wherever we want to be. So like if you say you're gonna be an 8-figure business and you move with that mindset, and you're only in an environment with people who are like, this guy's serious, you're gonna get there. It's inevitable, right? It's just a matter of how soon. Yeah. So, you know, that's how I feel.
Word. So the next play is real estate. Anything else that you're thinking about doing in the future?
Yeah, definitely. So right now we're doing a lot of mentorship. So starting in 2023, I want to create somewhat of like a academy, university type situation, just like entrepreneurs, right? Financial literacy, marketing. That's something I'll probably hit you up. We could, you know, maybe even partner on something. But yeah, I definitely want to do that. My goal for 23 is to be able to impact 1,000 people, to help 1,000 people make, you know, a lot of money. Yeah. So that's something that we want to do. I'm big on like people. Like I just love helping people. You know what I'm saying? It's dope to be able to make money while helping people too, you know. So
that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
What about like live events?
Yeah, I do want to put on one come 2023. I actually was just talking to a friend of mine. So my goal is to move to Atlanta.
Full time?
Yeah. So the goal is the end of November, early December. So I definitely want to put on a live event 2023, probably sometime, hopefully around like May. Yeah, because next thing I want to get into is speaking more. Yeah. And so that's a goal of ours.
What type of speaking? Just
on like financial literacy and like I'm big on like mindset. Yeah. Because like we just said, like most of us, it's just like it's our environment and we just don't know it, because that's like you said earlier, like if you're just around certain people, that's all you know. Yeah. So when you get in those rooms with the Grants and the other people, Alex, whatever, you just said you couldn't fathom the thought of 7-8 figures. But when they speak on it, you realize like, okay, they're doing it. They're just like me. Like this is doable. But you have to get around other people. You have to be in an environment where it's normalized to talk about those things.
Yeah.
If you leave that conference and then you come back home and, you know, you chill with me on Monday, I'm just rolling up blunts. You chill with your other guy on Tuesday, he just wants to talk about what came on LeBron stats. You chill with your other guy on Thursday who just wants to talk about shorty from the club. You're not getting what you need to get to the next level, right?
Are y'all listening?
It's facts, and everything's environment. That's why, like, I talk about environment. I know people think, oh, it's fluff, but it's the truth. Like 90% of entrepreneurship is mindset. Yeah.
Birds of a feather flock together.
That's a fact.
So how do you, like, when that comes about in conversation? I'm sure there's times where, like, you know, you're gonna entertain, like, you know, sports or whatever it is. Are you the type of person that's like, yo, let's not talk about that right now, or you just
No, I'm the type of person lately I just been saying no a lot. Yeah, and what I notice is when you say no a lot, people stop hitting you up, right? And I learned that from I think it was Hormones. I was watching this video. Just say no to everything that isn't conducive to the goal. And what happens is you don't have to tell people, oh, I don't want to hang with you. You just, I'm busy. And eventually they'll stop hitting you up.
Yeah.
So they'll fall back.
Yeah.
So that's really what I've been doing a lot of lately. Now there's times I still go out, kick it. Like, of
course. We're human.
Exactly. But just like, I'm like super locked in right now because I feel like execution is everything. And if we say we really want to go out, make 7-8 figures, then we can't do what everyone else is doing. It just literally doesn't make sense. I can do what everyone else is doing around me who doesn't make, 6 or 7 or 8 figures. Yeah. But I want to get 7-8 figures. You have to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So, that's it.
So yeah, no is a very powerful word. And sometimes it's hard to say, but once, like you said, if you have the goal in mind, there's nothing going to stop you from getting to that goal. I got a question for you. Do you think everybody is meant to be successful?
That is a great question. I think everyone has the ability to be successful. Absolutely. I think I think life trains us to do the opposite. You think about school. What happens? You get a bad grade. They tell you what?
You're a failure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But real life isn't like that. Real life, you need to go fail. You need to go fail fast because the sooner you fail,
that's crazy.
You learn. Everything we're taught 1 through 12 is the opposite of real. I seen this quote. There's a lot of A+ high school students that are working for C- students now. It's true.
Yes.
Because what happens, like I sucked in school. Like I was terrible. Like borderline, didn't graduate. But what I learned, and I always thought, I'm not a smart person. That's okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not that we're not smart. It's just that those things didn't interest us, right? But I love like finding creative ways to make money. Like I love making money. Like I love I love entrepreneurship. So I believe that we all have the abilities to be successful, but it's gonna come down to how you perceive the world and your mindset and your environment.
Interesting.
I believe that.
Interesting.
Truly.
How do you feel about multiple streams of income?
I feel like multiple streams of income is great. Now, there's a time and a place. When you're starting out a new company, you should not start 2 companies at the same time.
Right.
You should have your baby, your main company, and then with the income you're receiving after you've already built that company. First, you need to be reinvesting all your money back into the business. Like none of it's yours. That's how you need to think of it. After you get to a point where you're reinvesting and you're scaling up and you're doing $15,000-$20,000 a month, then I believe you have the ability to now take some money and invest it into things that passively bring you money. Yeah. But I believe you should keep scaling before you go straight into multiple streams.
Nice. But important to have once you get everything solidified.
Absolutely, very important because things happen.
Yeah, that's kind of like my viewpoint because growing up you hear, millionaires have 7 streams of income, and a lot of people think they got to be doing 7 things at once in order to have all that money coming in. But what I quickly realized is I tried to be a realtor, I tried to be a day trader, I tried to be a marketer, a brander, I tried to be a videographer, but it wasn't until I picked one where I started killing it. Buku money.
Killing it, exactly.
And I was like, yo, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah. But it's timing.
Yeah.
That's how your journey is exactly how it was supposed to be. Because guess what? You probably learned a lot of skills in each of those things. Real estate, trading, I forget the last thing you said, but you learn different skills that when you get to your one thing, like, let me just lock in on this. But those things allowed you to get there. And you failed and you failed fast.
That's right.
Right.
But now I can go back to each one of those things.
Exactly.
And I already have a foundation.
Exactly.
So it's up when
it's
I get
a win.
there. You feel
exactly.
me? Another question. Do you hate to lose or do you love to win?
Cool. That's a good question. I like that. Do I hate to win or do I love to lose? Opposite. I'm sorry. Do I hate to?
No, we don't. We don't lose.
We don't lose at all.
We don't lose at all.
I would say for me, I hate to lose. Like I'm like unhealthy competitive. Okay. So like I tell people like even my mentees, I have mentorship right now, and I tell them like you all don't need to be as much of an extremist as me because I know that like I'm borderline like a nut. Yeah. Like I'm like I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Like damn, I'm pissed. But I hate to lose with a burning passion. So yeah, I would say
that's tough. That's tough. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that question, but I'm always interested in to what people have to say about that one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Damn, that's tough. For me, I think I'm just, and I'm not a cocky person, but like sometimes when you're feeling yourself and you get in that mode, I'd be like, yo, I just love winning. I just love to win. So I do like even when like I play pickup now, like men's leagues, like we just won the chip. And like the whole time I like my chips with the dip. I'm just talking mad shit. Going to LA Fitness, still playing. We hooped a couple times before.
My man got a jumper, by the way. I'm not even gonna cap.
I treat it like it's the NBA Finals.
Absolutely,
everywhere.
Go hard, right?
Yeah, and it's just like some people are there for cardio.
Yeah,
and that's one of my favorite bars to say when I get there. Like you here for cardio, I'm here to win.
We're not the same. Bro.
We're not the same.
Coffee.
But then when it's always love.
Yeah, that's dope. And it's funny you said that. Like when you're feeling yourself, and I was listening to something the other day, and it was like the 3 common traits that like high level achievers have, and one of it was like a superior complex. And when I heard that, and I feel like you relate, just based on like context of us talking today, is like I believe there's certain people. And it's due to like putting in work and just being a winner.
Yes.
You do have a subconscious thing that is like, you walk in like, I'm better than everybody. I'm about to kill these. Yeah, like you're on the court, probably like, I'm about to kill all of them. Or like in business, like you walk in a room, okay, I know 8 out of these 10 people don't have a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope that you said that because, when I heard that, I was like, oh, word. Like, I feel okay with feeling how I feel now versus, let me act humble. You know what I'm saying? So,
and of course, like, you keep it super humble when you need to, right? But, going back to that point you said when you walk into a room, and this stuck with me for a while. This happened maybe a couple of months ago. We were looking to take on a new client, and we get into the room, and we're talking, things are going well, we're presenting. So, mind you, we're coming in as a third-party marketing team.
Okay.
At the time, it was 3 of us. They had a team of 3 already. So obviously the team felt threatened.
Yeah.
But once you start asking the questions, the marketing questions, and the team can't answer,
and what's up.
The owners are in the room like, wow, like what is really going on here?
Yeah.
And then this one dude, he was senior level. Like I understand, like you don't want to grow too fast. But he said this, and I'll never forget it. He was like, I don't think we need to grow anymore.
He's on your team or
no? He was from the business, and like I was thinking about it, I was like, why wouldn't you want to grow your business? And I get it, people, not having enough manpower. We talked about manpower. They said they had manpower and they had the ability to attract new talent. Mind you, this company is still running TV ads.
Oh wow, old school, huh?
And I'm like.
Yeah, we got to get y'all up to date.
Yeah, and then, we never ended up working with them for whatever reason. I don't even know. But it's crazy just walking into a room and just knowing that.
You got the edge.
Yeah, you got the edge. But, some people don't see it that way, which is, I guess it's okay. But
yeah. But part of that's because you're willing to do the work. So it's not like an arrogance, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, like, I'm better. It's not like
the pain you put in.
Exactly. And that's where it is. It's like it's from preparation.
Yes.
It's from preparing. Like if you go into, a normal room, like most people ain't never put in no work for any. Most people don't even believe in themselves. And because you don't believe it. No, I'm serious. It's true.
Whoa.
Think about the reason people
that's crazy.
Don't act on the action. You hear people all the time, I want to do this, I want to do. Why do people not move forward? Because they haven't stood on the promises that they made to themselves. So what happens is over time you lose confidence. Then you lose confidence in yourself. That's why people don't invest in themselves. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work. You know it's gonna work. You don't know if you're gonna do the work.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to.
Yo, so what are your thoughts on, this was another question I had, like being afraid of success? What do you think about that? Because at first I never really understood that concept. But now that you're saying that, like they're more so afraid of them not doing the work.
Absolutely. I think that's a great question. I think that a lot of people like say, I want to be successful. And this is a tough pill to swallow, but most people don't want to be successful. Like the question you asked had the answer in it. Yeah. They are afraid, and it's not even subconsciously. They know they're afraid of success because success is synonymous with what? You have to do the work. Ooh. You have to stay up late nights. You got to stay up long nights. You got to sacrifice. You can't, like, I can't talk to 3 and 4 girls anymore at one time. I don't have that capacity because that takes away from the high level thoughts that I need to think in order to be successful, right? So I think like people just, you know, they say it and it sounds good, but when you actually got to do the work, like people aren't for it. Yeah.
And I feel like now, you know, I guess you could call it this generation or this day and age, you know, people see things happening so quick for everybody else. Yep. So like we were talking about, they think they could just do something.
Microwave.
And it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, damn,
that's great. And social media has a lot to do with that, bro.
It does, bro. I mean, I remember when, probably back in like 2015 when I first started learning about, this is like when I just put my foot in the pond, you know what I mean? You know, you see Ty Lopez with the Lamborghini in the garage.
In the penthouse.
Oh, I read 100,000 books a year. And then you see that stuff and you're like, damn, I want it. Yeah. You know, one thing that I struggled with for a long time with trading is like, yo, I was a very good trader. But I wanted it too fast. You know, the people that we were looking up to were probably scamming us, by the way. But, you know, they're driving Lambos, these foreigns. You know, they got the penthouse, they got the girls, they're partying, and, you know, they're making $100,000 trades and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, damn, I need that now. And that's what caused me to lose a lot of money because I'm like, all right, boom. I just made $5,000 today. Tomorrow I need to make 20.
Exactly.
I wasn't even
20.
I need 20. So then I would risk the entire 5
and lose it.
And then now I know, like,
process.
It's like it's a process, and just like going back to those old fables, like slow and steady wins the race.
So true.
But speed still is important, right?
So that phrase "success loves speed" is like when you get a piece of information. Like for example, reading. So many times people are just into, oh, I want to read the book. But what I learned from one of my mentors is read a chapter and go execute
apply the information.
On the chapter.
Yes.
Then go read the other chapter. You read the whole book. Now you're like, okay, where should I start? Now you're confused again, right? So I mean the book. So that's great that you said that, and it's like we see the internet is really like marketing is kind of it can be a facade. Like
but I love it though.
Yeah, I do too. Absolutely.
I know you
it's
do.
Great.
I love that shit.
It's like, man, you got to understand, like in time, like we're so in our heads, like a month feels like we've been doing something a year. That's the problem. So what I started doing is writing things down. Like, okay, I want to, like, for example, I'll be like, okay, I want to do 6 figures in online in digital products over the next 9 months, right? But what happens is if I have a bad week or a bad month, all right, it's only been 4 weeks, and I can look at that and say, well, I said 9 months, like. Versus before, I would have been like, damn, 4 weeks, ain't me no money. Let me see what's good, or maybe this ain't for me. But what happens is you gotta stick it out that 9 months because it could be month 4. You go crazy. You got one piece of information, took you to the next level. You didn't even give it that time.
That's tough.
We want it so fast. It's crazy.
That's tough. Are you a patient person?
I'm not patient, but I'm learning that I have to be. I'm so not patient. Like, it's bad. Like, I want $1 million like today.
Literally.
Like, I'm like, yo, I'll stay up all night. Then tomorrow I'll be like, damn, I'm tired now, right?
But here's the thing. I think you know this too. You know how possible it is.
Very much so.
To even get it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I remember I heard this one story, and it goes back to that old saying, like, if you don't ask for it, you won't receive it, right? And the story was basically, I'm trying to make it short, and it's probably not going to be verbatim. It's not going to be verbatim. But basically, the story was about this woman who needed to raise $1 million. and she didn't know how she was going to do it, but she just started going around people. I need $1 million, and like she had a valid reason for the $1 million, but bro, in 30, I think it was 30 or 45 days, she got the $1 million, bro.
Oh my God, yo, that is so crazy you said that, because so I was just in like this mastermind, and the guy was saying so many times we get caught up in like making these amazing products. He said the offer you don't make is the offer they can't take. You said earlier, Grant talks about not even having a product done. Literally, they said we've been doing it wrong the whole time. People make their product, they put all this into it, then they go test the concept, then market.
Get the pre-orders.
Now we have it. Look, they said we go from idea to marketing to setting a date, then we create the product.
Yeah.
Most times we create the product first. No, don't even have a product made. Just start selling. Start making money. Yeah. People will buy if you ask enough people. Your product solves a problem, right?
Then if you ask them to buy it.
Exactly.
I think that's a big key too. Is just I never really did like direct, like super intense sales.
Same. I'm not a hard seller.
Yeah. I'm super like, I just want to provide the value.
Exactly.
And if you see the value, I don't have to sell you anything.
Absolutely.
Because it speaks for itself. Yep. But one of the things that always stuck with me with sales is like, if you don't ask for the sale, you're not going to get it.
Absolutely.
And I still struggle with that today, even when I have like, onboarding meetings or, client meetings or potential client meetings. It's very hard for me to be like, you ready to sign?
Yeah. That's the awkward part, right?
Cash or credit? It's still super awkward for me, but I know how important it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's why I love like the internet now. We have landing pages.
Yes,
sales
just go
copy.
buy it, right?
Yeah, sales copy, call to actions, all that stuff that do the selling for us.
I hate the phone too, bro. But it's something I know that I have to get better. So I'm like doing some sales. It is just reps. I'm like, bro. So I just started taking phone calls. We have this new offer that we're doing. It's essentially business funding where we'll fix your credit, build your credit, structure your business, then get you funding. So I'm having to get on the phone. And bro, I'm like sweating. Yeah. I'm like, oh, so tell me about why you called. Obviously you called because you're looking for these things. Tell me a little bit about your situation. And they're telling me. And then I'm like, okay, do you have any questions? Because they're kind of mute. Yeah. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, I've never done this before. Yeah. And we don't do phones. Everything we were closing on was just straight to a landing page or a quick convo. But just the second call, got a little better. The third call, a little better. And I'm just seeing, just like anything else, right? It's just reps. Yeah. Right? So,
and I see that a lot when I shoot videos. Especially when I'm shooting newer people that have zero experience on camera. But one of the things I always tell people, and I've been told that this helped a lot, is I tell people, your product or service better than anybody else.
Facts.
And it's just me and you here.
I know.
It's just you and the other person.
It's fact.
And that's one thing that, I like to say to kind of encourage, because everybody needs to be acknowledged. Everybody needs to be encouraged, no matter how tough or macho you may feel. Like,
absolutely.
My love language is not words of affirmation. So sometimes I feel like I don't need to hear that from my girl or from anybody really. But it's nice to hear it. You're doing a good job, or you could do it. Yeah, it feels
absolutely
good. But I think that's super important.
I agree with you 100%. Like, and that's why one thing I'm big on is like my friends from college, they call me like the gas master, because I'm always hyping up people. Yeah. Because I feel like this. I feel like, I know you say you're not, someone who your love language is affirmations, but I know, like, when I say something, about someone, like, yo, bro, you killed it out there, or like, yo, you're killing it. Like, that makes a person feel good. Of course. So, and I know that when you feel good about yourself,
you're gonna go even harder.
You're gonna go harder, right? Like, I'll be very honest. Like, when I get DMs now, like, hey, I appreciate it. I just got those inquiries off. Oh, I just got it last night on our webinar. I got some girl approved for $25,000. She hit me in the side. Oh my God, thank you so much. Like, those things make you like, yeah, I need to go harder, right? So, I'm big on like complimenting people, even if it's effort based. Like, keep going, because you never know. Like, people literally might just needed to have heard your words. They might have thought about quitting, and something you said, and then tomorrow they might have killed it, and that might have been their breakthrough. So
that's what's up.
That's
what's up. Word. So when you having kids?
Switch the convo real quick. It's crazy. I've been getting that question a lot lately, bro. I'm going on 30. My goal is I want to settle down sometime in the next like
5.
Yeah, I say 3.5 to 5.
Okay, word.
Just because this is my thing. So like we're dating, pretty casual, nothing serious right now. But I just know, and it's not an excuse. If I found a woman who is like understood like what I do, what I need, like even Grant Cardone, he said when he met his wife, he told her like, listen, babe, like you're good. But I want you to know that
You come in third.
Yeah, I can never put you before
Yeah.
you just because I wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. So like, I'll be busy and I'll be locked in. So like, I'll be dating, someone and she'll be like, oh, I need more of your time, or I feel like you're always working. And I get it because a woman does need time. So I'm not like against that. I understand. Yeah. And then typically what'll happen is it'll have to come down to like, oh, you need to balance better. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to balance.
I don't know what balance is.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but I do. I always said like I would love to date a serious entrepreneurial woman, just to see what that would be like in terms of like you're super busy during the day, I'm super busy. Well, you understand that at 2 a.m. I might be in the lab working, so I can't come over or stay over there
watch a movie
all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So yeah,
do you think that you could date a female version of yourself?
I think that that's a good you got some heat. You got some heat.
Ooh.
And when your podcast course dropping, you need that.
Hey, it's just me, man.
That's a good question. I think a female version of myself. I think I could.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
A little more like you have to be a little more probably a little more flexible than me.
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah, I'm open. Like, you busy, go do your thing. Like, we could build together. We're going to run it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting concept to think about, huh?
Yeah, it is.
My girl always tells me, oh, you need to be with somebody that's like you. She's fucking with me. Because I'm married. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm married,
I say congrats. So, yeah.
So, yeah, she's always teasing me about that because, like, I'm very, obviously, entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And my empathy levels are very low, which I know is something I need to work on. I just don't know how I need to work on it. Maybe I need to go to therapy. I don't know. But with the kids, it's different. Like, as soon as I see the kids, bro, like,
light up.
Oh my God, bro. It's like something that I've never even felt. It's like, like I said, it's a feeling I can't explain.
Makes sense.
Nothing has ever made me happier.
Yeah, love that, bro. That's fire.
Yeah, and it's
so she feel like she want that. Like, yeah, you can't be.
Yeah, but it's just like, they're so little and like you're not really like that. You're a grown woman. You're a grown woman.
Low tolerance.
Yeah,
very.
And the kids are high maintenance.
Yeah.
Which my girl is very high maintenance.
Yeah.
Also,
they all spoil you. You got to be spoiled.
Yeah, and it's just like being outnumbered at the crib. I never really thought about it, but I was like, damn, like. It's really 3 girls against me.
Yeah. And wait till they get older. You ain't winning no arguments.
I'm going to be smoked.
It's a wrap.
But then on the flip side, being the man of the house and just having, not necessarily like controlling power, but just like having that power over the women, just being a leader.
Makes sense.
Like I said, I'm learning leadership in every aspect of my life right now.
Yep.
Oldest of 8 kids, or 7, 8 on the way. Being a husband. Being a dad, being I don't really like the word boss.
Yeah. An owner.
Yeah, being the owner or employer.
Leadership.
It's leadership all around. And that was like a big theme for me this year.
Tough.
Leadership and execution.
Tough.
So yeah, that's my thing right now. And then, just the content.
That's dope, bro.
Getting the content out.
Getting it on there. That's dope. Hell yeah, man. Now you're going to kill it. So where you see y'all going in the next 365 from now, where you see y'all being at?
365, that's a good question. The next year, I want to do, I told myself this year I wanted to cross the 1 million mark.
Okay.
We didn't quite get there. Made it a little more than 2/3 of the way.
Okay.
Which,
yes.
Thank you, bro. But I feel like once like the summer hit, we kind of slowed down a little bit and things started falling off, and we reworked the way like we price, the way we bill. So I think the next year I want to definitely cross that 7-figure mark.
Get it.
Right now we do a lot of real estate and restaurants,
Dope.
but I think I want to tap into like fashion.
Okay.
Sportswear, stuff like that. because that's just something I'm interested in.
I was gonna say, with you being a creative, I'm sure that's like naturally like you gravitate towards that.
Yeah,
I'm very passionate about that.
Real estate, real estate is dope because I came from that.
Right.
So I kind of already
have
knew.
a background in that.
Restaurants, I love food.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Right.
And it's dope. Like all of our clients, we go, we eat for free. It's like you're treated like a fucking king.
Loving it. Yeah.
And then, like I said, we have like some smaller dental clients, but we have more real estate and restaurant clients. So I want to tap into fashion, and then I started doing music videos, which I never really thought that I would go there, but I did my first one back in April.
How's it been?
It was good, bro. I mean, it wasn't like the greatest music video ever, but I had the skills. You know what I mean? I had a high quality camera. I knew how to cut. I knew how to edit. So I was way ahead of somebody who started. Yeah, for the first time. And then I did my second one. And I was like, okay. Then I did my third one, and I'm like, okay.
Nice at this.
So now we're thinking of doing something like, not artist management, but like artist development.
Yo.
And just having like, because I think the biggest thing for everybody is having a creative team.
Absolutely. Everyone needs that.
Especially nowadays, right? So if we could help like artists, dope artists, of course, we have to have, some type of belief that they have a potential to make it. You feel me?
Makes sense.
I don't know how we're going to structure it, but maybe we do something where it's like, we do a video or, we put some money behind it. We help them advertise themselves and stuff like that, brand themselves.
You know what I love about your offers, or what it sounds like, or the way you position it? Even earlier you said something about like you deciding if the customer is a good fit for you all versus, hey, we're open to working. So you create like somewhat of a exclusivity. It's
going back to saying no, bro.
Exactly.
It's like, yo,
that gives you power.
I mean, I've noticed that, but I couldn't tell you how many people like message us. And like, at heart, I'm a nice guy. Yeah. So of course I want to help everybody, but you get to a certain point where like, yo, I can't, bro. I'm sorry. And just saying no, like, people want us to like do their marketing all the time. I'm like, sorry. Like,
exactly.
But I have a great person I could refer you to that might be able to do it for you.
Yep.
And another thing too is just pricing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Bro, I remember the first time, my first client ever paid me $500 for a month. And that was like the biggest thing to me. I was like, yo, somebody's paying me $500 for a month, bro. Yep. And then I remember the first time it came out of my mouth, it's going to be $5,000 for the month, per month. And they're like, okay.
And you're like, what? You know what that means? It's still too cheap.
Yeah, it's still too cheap, bro. And like, how we position our product and service is like, we want it to be like a marketing department for a business, like a hybrid marketing department for a business. Okay. We want it to be the cost of one person. Whether you pay somebody $2,500 a month part-time, or you pay somebody $5,000, $7,500 full-time. You're still going to get that price, but you get access to an entire marketing team.
That's tough.
But yeah, that going back to what you said, like if they agreed to that, like I could have probably said 10.
Yeah. But that's good though. Like you went from 500 to 5,000, and it was all just, you probably couldn't even see yourself.
Bro, I never ever thought like $5,000 a month is $60,000 a year.
Yep, just off one client.
Off of one client. And
and just think about it, like that's what I say. All we need is that one. Like all you need is just someone to say yes for you to believe. Okay, like I can actually do this,
bro. And after that,
the rest history. I already know. 10 clients at $5K a month. You do the math.
You feel me?
Busy, absolutely.
So it's like I'm just so grateful for just having a skill. Like we talked about earlier, high level, high value skills are so important.
Absolutely.
Like you will never, like you said, you will never be broke again.
Absolutely.
And there's so many things that you can learn how to do.
So many things.
So many ways to learn it. Udemy.
Yep.
YouTube.
Exactly.
Even though courses.
Any of that.
Any
mentorships,
of that, bro.
Whatever. That's why it's no excuse nowadays.
There's really no excuse.
It's all there. Alex Ramosi, he says, listen, for about $40K, you can literally learn every high-level skill you need to go make $1 million.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, like
I told you, that's my dog. Everything that pops up with,
you be on it.
I'm just saying, yo, how's this dude so muscular? Like, what the
fuck? Yeah, man. So, information plus execution is it, bro. That's it. You know?
Nah, bro, we're definitely going to have to do a a part 2.
Definitely.
We're gonna have to both come back and check in on each other.
Definitely.
Because
with that, this was dope.
You got some gems.
Likewise.
I didn't want you to share everything because I know
I
you got a
feel
program that people could purchase.
Definitely.
But I'm definitely gonna get you some clips.
I appreciate that.
Do some collab posts or whatever we do.
For sure.
But I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Appreciate you having me, bro. This was
definitely
dope.
Gotta do this again, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When you starting your pod?
Yo, honestly, everyone's been asking me that. I'm gonna have to come see you for real.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pay the price. Just get me right. Definitely soon. I don't have an idea date yet. I got some other things to work first, but 2023, I definitely want to get something popping.
And I posted a video today. And I'm trying to get better at posting content. And one of my boys was like, "Yo, you getting out of your shell?" Because I'm so used to being behind the camera. Right? So I posted this video today. It was just a short little clip. I was like, keep applying that pressure, and that's how I'm making these videos. Is just stuff that I was going to tell myself, or what I told myself, months ago, weeks ago, what I tell myself every day. Yep. Every day I look in the mirror, I was like, yo, keep applying pressure.
Getting better.
Keep applying pressure, bro. Yep. Keep applying pressure. Perfect your craft. Perfect your craft. Perfect your craft. So
that's fire.
And I don't really know what I want to come out of making content.
Yeah. Like you said, just keep moving.
Just keep doing it. Just stay in motion. Whatever happens, happens. Yep. Throw shit at the wall. If it sticks, it sticks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah, bro. We definitely gonna have to do it again.
For sure. Appreciate you having me, man. This is dope.
Yeah, man.